Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Flow with the Markets Tuesday, volume 173. Iliya here, and as always, really happy to tune in. 47 minutes into Frankfurt Open to have an update for what happened on Monday, because something huge has happened. So make sure to stick until the end and examine all the pairs, because we might be actually shifting the perspective right now. You know, we have been risk on for a while, which means that the dollar is falling, indices are rising, and of course, like pairs like Euro USD, Aussie dollar, GBP USD are rising. But could it be possible that right now we initiate a reversal? And the main thing why I think this is because of the dollar. As well, we have NFP this week. We have a couple of speeches, so I do think we can get some sort of fundamentals as well to actually boost this and happen. So let's jump into it. You know, this video is pretty raw. I just jump on the charts, I analyze, I have a look at what is happening. You're gonna get an insight into how I adapt every single day, and you're gonna see that, again, doing an analysis on Sunday or Saturday, the market opens, does something completely the opposite, and you have to be adapting constantly. Okay. So starting with a Dixie, again, make sure to be checking your economic calendar. This week is pretty busy. We don't have much today. I think it starts from tomorrow, Thursday, and then Friday we have NFP. Okay, so this range is no longer valid. What happened on the Dixie? Well, you know that we were already in a pullback phase right there. Then the market started with a very nice bullish run. It actually made, again, minor structure bullish. Then it just slowed down around Asia, and then it just massively plummeted to the downside. It just dropped, like EU exploded, DXY dropped without any entries. And this is what they usually do when they continue with the overall trend. So let's remind ourselves where we are. Okay, we are in this very nice weekly demand zone, okay, which is also very valid. So according to me, actually, we're still trading within this range. This one to me is not really a valid pullback, because it's just one candle of pullback. We can take it as valid, but this to me is the major one. Okay, if you go on the daily, you're gonna see that if you actually minimize the zone and take the last candle, we have actually tapped at it once. We left a big wick, right? We pulled away, and what happened yesterday, like look at the daily candle, it's huge, right? What happens yesterday is we came in, we grabbed it, like with very little, it's probably, yeah, it's 2 pips, grabbed it, and then look at the reaction that was caused by this. And this is what makes me think we can potentially start seeing a little bit of upside, right? Just broke structure down, massive expansion higher, and this just looks like manipulation to me right now. Range, massive sell-off, massive buy. So can we continue going higher, right? To me, it doesn't make sense to go low as well. Like if it does this, then the market is completely wrecked right now. But who knows? Okay, so right now, to me, this is a new hourly breakup structure. The DXY, I would say it's going bullish right now, pulling back potentially to 50% or towards retesting some sort of a region. This morning, so we actually aligned bullish right there. Oops. I was looking for longs, but it looks like EU and the DXY maybe are going to invalidate, because you can see Dixie is already about to break and turn bearish. On the 50-minute, it's just about to do so. Right, which is not nice, which means EU will turn bullish as well. So there we go, it actually goes and takes it out. So what I'm going to be looking for right now is for a deeper pullback, hopefully to 50%, right? So let it push down a little bit, let it make new structure, and then as soon as we align, then I'm going to start looking for the longs, and then to potentially, again, yeah, target Asian high and a new high. Okay, so I'm just bullish for now on the Dixie, right? Simply because of the hourly reversal. Right now, I would love to go with the hourly, but first, like to me, the 50-minute also has to be in alignment. So I'm gonna show you why right now. I do think we can even go long, short on EU, even if this one breaks. Well, because EU right now, let's check out on the 4H. So what happens on EU is we're shifted bullish right there, very nice bullish. We had a very nice correction, and yesterday we just kissed this one and just exploded massively, right? This was a reaction, it was great. So what EU did is it came in and took out this high right there, right? Took out this high and probably tapped into something on the left right there. And then following immediately afterwards, we break structure lower, right? So this is a 4-hourly reversal. This is then our 4-hourly supply zone that caused the reversal. And right now the market is pulling back, right? For a potential lower high. And as I always tell you, when you have the first push, when you have the first reversal, usually the market is not going to pull you back like 61.8 to retest your supply zone. It's not even going to pull back to 50%. It usually does 30% and then continues, which is why right now, I would love to potentially focus on shorts on EU. The question is it ready? Right, that's the main question. So if I zoom in right here, to me, this is where the market shifted bullish, and this is where it shifted bearish, right? Then if you wish, you can take it like this is how I took it. Actually, this is how I have it on my chart. You can take it like that right now because we're tapping the zone, but I just want to also embrace that high, which is the major high. So if the market breaks above this high, then 15-minute shifts bullish, then I'm not going to be shorting. But if I'm given a setup right now for a short, you can already be going with a swing trade right there. I will be looking for the short, right? So right now, if I drop on the 1 minute, you can see we came in very aggressively. So there is no setup yet. Some sort of liquidity has been grabbed. We can even come in to grab that one. But if we come to grab this one, then the DXY will definitely break below it. Yeah, DXY just looks like it's gonna break. Okay, because you see DXY already took everything down. It's already at the low, while EU is still, yeah, it's still in the middle. So I don't like this divergence, but again, let's see. I usually don't focus too much on EU and the DXY, because a lot of times this has stopped me from taking a valid trade on EU, and I'm like, okay, the DXY is doing that, so I'm not gonna trade EU, and then EU hits TP and DXY does something completely the opposite, right? So again, remember the DXY is a combination of a lot of currencies. Yes, it has like a big percentage of euro, but it has other stuff as well. So this is how I look at EU right now. Again, 4 hourly to me right now, there is a very nice 5 hourly zone right there. So this is our base demand. 4 hourly shifted bearish. So again, what is my best bet? Well, it's to go short. 50-minute is currently aligned bearish. So what is my best bet? Again, is to go short. If we break above right there, then I can even take some longs, maybe towards this level. And then as soon as we shift lower again, I would love to start following it for shorts. Okay, so let's see. I get a feeling we might get that reversal finally, that risk off perspective, indices to fall and the Dixie to start going up. So let's see. But this is my EU outlook right now. I'm personally looking for shorts right now. If I get a stop loss, cool, then I just wait for the next setup. So let's see. Euro yen developed very nicely actually. So you can see we broke structure down, the market pullback, and I told you we are short as long as we remain below this one. We came in, responded, and then we massively flushed lower. Then we pretty much have a new range then. So yeah, it shifts to this one, not a big difference. It just shifts to that one. And then we can even take our supply zone. We came in yesterday and we're already coming out, potentially about to be making a new lower low as well. So have a look. Euro JPY, very nice moves, actually. The thing is, I'm not sure if it provided a setup. Maybe for some of you, you can, again, yeah, if you're swing traders, just plot it from there, like 30 pips stop loss, and there you go, 5R. Right? It's very easy to say right now. But yeah, to me, in terms of day trading yesterday, there were no setups. Like Euro USD just formed a Christmas tree. Have a look. Do I have a Christmas tree right there? Now I'm gonna lose a lot of time if I try to find a Christmas tree. No. Nope. But look at this. How does this look like? Right there. It looks like a Christmas tree. So maybe the market is blessing us for Christmas. This one is bearish right now. Break a structure down, pullback, lower high. Potentially it's traveling towards a new lower low. So we have to look at the 15-minute. You can see the 15-minute is also, yeah, you can see just took out the Asian low, which means that also the market aligned bearish, but it also took out the high right there. Took out the high. Then what took out the high? It's this. So it's actually here. You can see here, you should be very careful. And this is why you should always be zoomed in. I never look at the charts like this. Like a lot of people look at the charts like this. I look at the charts like this, you know, right? So here we broke up, we broke down lower low, retest lower high. So that is your first trade for today. It happened though a little bit early. Right now we have a massive drop. To me, this is still the range. This is actually a new supply. So yeah, well, I'm short as well on EJ. Short on EJ, short on EU. It looks good. So it looks good. So what I'm going to be looking for right now is, yeah, for a pullback. I usually love to see a supply retested. So is this going to come back all the way up to retest this supply? All right, I don't know. Or is it just going to stop right there, continue pushing, and then we keep following the trend? I don't know. Okay, but again, 4 hourly is bearish. Our potential target could be a new lower low right there. So again, just follow your time frame, whether it's the 1 hourly, whether it's the 50-minute, whether it's the 5-minute. I don't know. You know what to do, but this is my bias for now. Bearish on EJ. Aussie dollar as cold during the weekly outlook. Again, if you're zoomed in, not zoomed out like this and say, okay, this is my swing, I'm bullish. No, zoom in and monitor what is happening right now. Volatility shifted bearish right there, shifted bullish right there, shifted bullish right here. Our high, break, lower low, lower high, retest, and then we dropped on market open. Pull back, lower high, and we drop again, right? So we have to adapt. Lower low right there, supply right there. We can take the wick to make it smaller. And this one, oh shit, this one actually just crossed above it. No. Okay, so this sucks because technically, like to me, if this one is higher, the high is 94, the high is 51. Yeah, so we took out the high. Well, that really sucks because again, so some of you can say it's a liquidity grab. I can say it's a structure break. Here we come into a debate because again, it could be a liquidity grab, right? It could just be grabbing the previous daily high and then dropping, but this is not the previous daily high, I think. So let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. Again, I don't like this. I don't like it's taking out the 4-hourly lower high right now. Is it the daily high? Yeah, I think so because the day opened right there. So yeah, this should be the daily high because it took out Asia, then it dropped. So yeah, well, I will be curious. So again, what I told my team is that I'm bearish, but then I will be looking for this demand to fail. And it looks like this demand actually held. So we pull back. Maybe we were given a setup. No, not really. And right now it pushed up and made a new structure break, which really sucks because it's not forming amazingly, right? You see it's like a wick down, a wick up. So give it some time. Even though this took out this high and the 4-hourly can be technically bullish, if I have a break like this, and an invalidation of demand, I will be looking for the shorts. If we also have correlation with like EU and the DXY as well. So let's see, because the day is right now very interesting. We're just about to London Open. So who knows, we could actually turn bullish right now and all of those shifts could be fake. So I'm gonna come back to Aussie. Hopefully it's gonna give us some more details, but I would avoid trading it right now. Because it just took out this high, but it has like this overall bearish sentiment. It's like starting to wick. It's not very nice. So I wouldn't be looking to long it right now, neither to short it because there is no setup. So give it some time. Aussie JPY, all of that ugly price. Wow, man. Every time I look at this, it's just so ugly. But yeah, if I just zoom in, like you can see, we have some sort of break of structure down right now, right? We have some sort of break of structure down right now, and it's in a pullback phase. So this is our range. It hasn't pulled back to 50%. It pulled back, it tried to push down, it failed. And then as it fails, then this becomes liquidity. It took out the liquidity. So right now what we should be looking for is for the 15-minute to align bearish, right? Which is already doing so. But again, I'm telling you again, avoid trading this one. This one is the choppiest pair ever. So again, technically right now you can be shorting already. And I just think it provided a setup. It just gave you the retest right there and it's about to flush. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, so I'm bearish on AJ. If I just look at it, very recent trend is down. We pull back. We haven't tapped 50%. We haven't tapped into any supply on the left as well on the 4H. But again, if the 4-hourly is down, then if the 15-minute goes down as well, then I try to trend follow it. Okay. But again, give it some time, guys. I mean, it's a very tricky situation right now with yesterday. So yesterday was very, very, very tricky. Like look at the Asian range yesterday right there. So yeah. Right now it's bearish to me, but I would again give it some time. NZD USD, let's have a look what is happening right there. A lot of lines. Yeah, so this one looks like it's playing out because yeah, we started the pullback, but we did not really. So unlike AU, NU hasn't shifted down. So on NU, this is still the range because this to me is not valid right there, right? But I still told you we can retest this zone right there, and then we can continue going down with a minor structure. And you can see it actually did it pretty well. So right now, it tapped into this indicated zone, which is, what is it, the weekly or daily? Yeah, it's a daily zone. It tapped inside. It's reacting very nicely, and it's also right now retesting, similar to the Aussie. It's retesting the last supply because we have this very nice chain of supply right there. So what we have to do is just wait to see what's going to happen. The 50-minute is absolutely bullish right now. So if you want a short, you have to wait for the 50-minute to shift bearish and then get a short, right? And if you want a long, then you can long from here. Because that's your valid, that's your valid demand zone. So that's NU. Again, I'm very curious. If we break above this one, then the 4-hourly time frame will align, right? Not that it's not aligned right now, but just internally. There is a difference. This is our external range. Yeah, it actually starts from here, and this is internal pullback. So if we align internally, then we can start pushing into the highs. So that's how I would look into it, but right now not really any setups. The 50-minute is very bullish, coming in very bullish, it's tapping inside. So if you feel aggressive, you can already be going to the 1 minute to take a trade, but not for me, because I do not trade against the meso trend, which is the 15-minute to me. Right, so I'm just waiting right now, waiting. Maybe it pulls back a little bit, it breaks up, then it breaks down. Then I will be looking to short it in alignment. Okay, NJ. NJ, nice drop. It just went down and just broke through that. We were kind of expecting it, so it broke. And again, similar structure right there. It created a valid pullback. So there is the break, and currently it's retesting the last supply. But all of the pairs that look like this, like the Aussie as well, they're breaking above, which makes me a little bit skeptical because they break above. So then they're going to shift bullish. So then do I look for longs, or do I persist with the shorts and with this current sentiment? So that's the question. You can see here, we came in and we actually aligned bearish, but then we took out. So we got a stop loss right there. If you took the trade, stop loss, push pullback, then it failed. So to me, I need to see this one to break before I take a short, right? So again, wait right now for the 50-minute to align. And if it breaks above, then it gets complicated, because then we actually create a bullish shift on the 4H. Why? Because this to me right now is the major 4-hourly lower high. And if this one breaks, then I turn bullish on the 4H. That does not mean I cannot take a short on the 50-minute, because if this one breaks above, then the 50-minute can start pulling back, and then I can take a short, and the short can actually run for forever, because this 4-hourly break could just be a liquidity grab. But we do not know if it's gonna be a liquidity grab. We know, so the thing with liquidity grabs is many of you try to guess it, right? But you don't know until it actually shows you. So let's look at this, right? This one, if you look at it live, ignoring all of this price action, it looks like a break, right? So you don't know if it's a liquidity grab, but you know it's a liquidity grab when it breaks down. Then you say, okay, we took out the high, liquidity grab, and then we took out the low, right? But you don't know, and if you see people doing this, right, and then say that it took liquidity, well, I don't see how you did it. So first of all, like, sure, it took out the high, then how do you know how to place your stop loss like this, right? Shouldn't your stop loss be above structure or something, right? So again, don't try to pick liquidity grabs. Just try to flow with the structure. So that's NJ. And UJ is the cause of the movements of the JPY. Look at that beautiful price action right now. Push, pullback, lower high, lower low, beautiful pullback. So look at the flow. So I like the flow of this market right now. So I'm going to take this as supply. Again, pullback, very nice. It broke this low. It pulls back, lower high, and it's already flushing down. So look at how it forms. Look at the manipulation, right? There's a lot of manipulation going on this week already. Very strange. NFP, look at the flat highs. Buy, sell. So again, do you know that this is a liquidity grab? Well, it definitely looks like. Why? Well, because we're tapping into a fall. When you have more confidences, sure, you can say, yeah, look at the flat highs, right? But as it breaks up, we're bullish right now. So again, if you see someone doing like this, right, then how do you place your stop loss? If your stop loss is right there, then cool. But many people enter like this, right? They're going to enter like this with stop loss above. Then they're going to move their stop loss right here, and then they're going to say, this is the trade I got. No, you just move your stop loss, and maybe your lot size is like 10 times lower. The 50-minute aligned right here, and you can see immediately after align, if you ask what is the structure that caused the alignment, it's this, and you had like quite a few retests of that structure, but then at the end it ended up falling. So right now we have a new structure break, and you have a new supply. So if you're looking to trend trade this one, then I will be looking for a pullback inside the zone, a setup inside, and then potentially to continue lower towards a new lower low. So USD JPY is falling. DXY looks like it wants to go up. So that is a little bit strange. So again, we can see this week is going already very major with Monday's play. And right now it's very volatile. So be careful, right? Be careful. Wait for the news, wait for NFP, wait for the speeches as well. So be careful because it looks very volatile. But it looks good as well. So look at this, look at UCAD. So pulls back, higher low, beautiful higher high, and it's already about to be making a new. So this is what happens with the majority of the pairs right now. They shifted bullish or bearish, and right now they're about to shift back. Okay, so look at this. It pushed, it pulled back, and it's right now consolidating at the very, very, very bottom. So as long as this one remains, then yeah, I can say I'm bullish, right? But the 15-minute right now is bearish. So what I would need to see, yeah, technically you can even just look for this one. But if you want to be more conservative, you would like to wait for this one as well, right? So those are the two levels that I would love to see break if I'm to take a long, right? So either like this right now, if you wish to be more conservative, like this. Right, so let's see. I see on my other screen EU is flushing again, so this is what is gonna happen right now. It's probably gonna flush without an entry because it's a continuation. But again, if I just look at the stop loss, again, the stop loss is too big for me to take, so again, no trade. But let's see. As long as this one stays in this green blue rectangle right there, then I will be long bias. But if we break below, then change of story, because we technically have a 4-hourly break. So let's see. Again, I think today, Tuesday, like Paul says, it's Easter egg. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen. So again, just flow with it, allow it to develop, and then we're going to see what's going to happen. So use the Swiss. We don't trade this one. GU is the trickiest of all because GU is still trading within this range. So this is still the push on GU, right? And right now this is complex. So this scenario is playing out so far. The pullback to the downside and the potential long. We did not take the high. I would have loved to take the high and then to shift down so I can take shorts, but no. So this is currently the structure. And again, you decide whether to take your range from here or to take it from there. To me, it's there because right there, I don't really see a... Yeah, it's all bullish candle, so I don't really see a nice valid range. So we are at 50%, but we are very bearish short term, creating, again, minor breaks. So this one is a minor break, this one is a minor break, and it's currently like internally bearish. But again, we pull back below 15%, 50%, not 15. And if the 15-minute aligns bullish, then you can start going long, which currently it is, right? It aligned right there, then broke down, then up, high, low, and then we shifted down. You see that's GU, it's gonna take some liquidity and then it's gonna align. So right now it's aligned. So if you want to trade this one, then I would be personally looking for longs. Why? Because it's bullish on the FOH, right? So you see how different all the pairs are. Like I'm looking for shorts right now on EU, but AU is breaking above and looking for longs. GU is also looking bullish on the FOH and providing a bullish 50-minute. This day looks very sketchy already. So GJ looks very good. Again, we saw that we have a very nice daily supply right there. The market tapped inside, aligned on the 4H, pulls back into 4-hourly supply, and then it drops. So hopefully some of you took a short, but I don't see it because, yeah, the market pretty much opened right there. So I don't think how you can slap a short right there. Then where does your stop loss go? But hopefully some of you took a short, right? Massive drop. And where is it right now? Well, it formed, again, you can see, so we broke down. So lower low, like it's Monday, and Monday made 2 lower lows already on some pairs, right? Look at that. First lower low, pullback, second lower low. And right now we can say this is a nice range. We haven't pulled back to, okay, we maybe kissed the 50%. Wow, why is you dropping like this? What the hell? I'm going mad on this day. Took out Asian high. And where did you align? Well, you aligned right there. And yeah, so aligned right there. And right now it's pulling back towards this zone right here. Taking probably some liquidity, so you can be dropping like to the 1 minute looking for trades. But I am looking at EU, and when EU does this, probably none of the other setups provided an entry. So it's very, very, very sketchy. But again, if you want my view on GJ, well, it's bearish. I do think we're gonna go for a new lower low, right? So if right now you have a new retest, so right now it's respecting it. So if it comes back, then look for another entry right there from this zone. And if it breaks above, then you have to wait for a new 50-minute alignment. Why? Well, because it's gonna shift on the 50-minute bullish right there. Okay, so that's GJ, bearish right now. The Euro GBP is dropping. Why? Because Euro is dropping. Goat is also, look at Goat. So Goat, none of my the complete manipulation right there. So took out the high, then took out the low. And right now we're responding from this demand. So what is right now? Well, to me, again, it broke structure up, but do we know that this is a liquidity gap? No. How do we know that it is right now? Well, we broke down. So we can say, okay, when took out the high and then took out the low. So what is this? Well, potentially could be liquidity. And right now we have this as a supply. the market taps inside, and right now what you have to do is, if I'm waiting for my perfect setup, I will be looking for the 50-minute to start going down. Okay, so actually right now we just took out this high. So if we align down bearish, then this is how I would look to take it. So let's see. I'm bearish on gold right now. Honestly, bearish on gold because the 4-hourly aligned bearish, and I always flow with the 4-hourly. And if the 50-minute aligns with the 4-hourly, then I'm going for it. US 30, something major happened once again. We took out this major high. We're tapping into major supply zone. And as I keep been telling you, the greed is very big. And usually it happened in November last year before the big drop. Finally, we have bearish structure. Finally, we have a nice bearish shift right there with lots of momentum. Right now, we have a very nice push. We are on the pullback. And the 15-minute is just took out the Asian high. And it's right now consolidating, thinking what to do with all the madness that is happening with the Forex pairs, right? So if I'm to take this trade, I'm going to be looking for this one to break, retest lower high, and then potential to go down. So starting to look for shorts on the US 30. Let's see if we can catch them. EU just made a new lower low without an entry. What a freaking bastard. NASDAQ as well. Like NASDAQ was a little bit bullish, but there we go. The higher low goes right there. It already threw a retest, and right now it's making a new lower low. So you can see the indices are also shifting bearish, which is very good to see. So let's see if they're going to sustain this. So right now, this one is pulling back again. We're waiting for my perfect setup right there. 50-minute to align. I think it needs a bit more liquidity grab, so it could pull back a little bit higher. But yeah, you can see we're starting to get that risk off perspective right now. Is it going to be short-lived? I don't know. Right? I don't know. I just flow with the market. And right now, you can see also S&P. It broke the last higher low right there. It's tapping into the second one. But did it take out this high? No, it didn't take this high. Why? Or could it be that this was the major one that actually caused the break and then it came back to retest and then it goes? Well, it can come back another time to take it and then go. Who knows what's going to happen on Monday? So take note of that level because it looks very flat right there. I don't like it, right? But it shows us the reversal, which is a hint that we could potentially start seeing shorts, right? And yeah, crypto, I'm not going to look into it. Although it looks a little bit bullish, I think we still has more downside. So guys, very interesting day yesterday and today, right? DXY turning bullish right now. Have a look at this. Have a look at the precision. It did not break, and look at the reaction. And again, EU is already making a new lower low while this one has not. So that is absolutely strange, right? Look at EU. So I was looking for a short right there. But again, you could plot the trade like this. This is a nice swing trade, something that I'm going to be rolling out to the community and backtesting. So there we go. Probably going to hit 5R. But with trades like this, you want to go for 4 because 5 is too much, right? 30 pips is an insane move on the EU, right? Usually it goes 20 to 25. So what I'm doing right now, a new structure break. Well, I'm going to be looking to short from here, right? All of this right now is, I don't care. So let's wait for a pullback right there. And then potentially continue going lower. But knowing EU works best in counter trend, right? So right now, if you go with 4-hourly continuation, good luck getting an entry. It's just gonna go right now. It's gonna forget about us, right? This is the entry. If you took it, good. Right now, I just bet it's gonna drop. It's gonna make a new lower low, and it's gonna go without an entry, like yesterday. Like yesterday, we were bullish. The market just stopped right there, and when the 50-minute aligned right here, just goodbye, right? Then it made a high. And then it just forgot about us again, right? I was looking to short from here, no entry. Then I was looking to short from there, no entry. And then it just massively dropped, right? So it sucks. It sucks, but it is what it is. You can see EJ already breaking below. So you have to already be adapting, right? And trying to catch it. Aussie dollar, the thing I don't like is that Aussie dollar is bullish and GU is bullish. Because that's very striking to me. I don't know how to approach this one. And Aussie dollar is also breaking a major 4-hourly lower high, which is huge, right? Gold, I would say bearish. Indices, I'm really curious to see if they're going to go bearish. And the NZD so far bearish as well on the 4H. So I'm going to be looking for a 15-minute shift right there. So I think it's very important right now to, again, give it some time. Don't rush, like don't get influenced by all of that volatility, because when you see usually volatility, you get excited. You want to kind of get into the action, take some trades, and you're going to get stop losses, okay? So maybe the market is going to move 150,000 pips this week, but if you don't get the trade according to your plan, you don't trade. Okay, and that's how you are consistent. So I wish you an amazing week, and hopefully we get some bangers because November is closing, December is opening. We have NFP this week as well. A new month is going to open, and the first 2 weeks of December are going to be great. So let's again focus. Let's see what's going to happen. I think something huge is coming. Looking at the volatility of Monday, and looking at like the liquidity graphs of major lows and highs, and looking at how we shift in the line right now, I do think we can start getting some moves and maybe some macro reversals. So let's see. I think it's a good time to start doing so. Let's see, but let's not try to predict too much. So have an incredible week. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and talk to you soon.